What's up, you guys? Internet's down, so this I will be. God, who knows before you actually see this. Broke my mic. Broke it. Like the spring went. Wow. I've tried uploading the one I told this morning for Blake Bell. I tried telling it twice. I listened back to it, and I'd be talking. It would just, and you couldn't tell what I said. And I don't know if this is good or not. I don't know till I rewatch it. And if I watch it on my phone, it's fine. But then when I watch it after it uploads to YouTube, it's not fine. And I think it's a switching between the phone internet when I leave my truck, because I've got really good internet in my truck. It's like 120 megs. It's amazing internet. And then when I kill my truck, it goes back to cellular. I think that's where the situation's coming from. I digress. That's a big word. I've been waiting to use that one. What am I going to tell you about? CDL school, the Rev, the Haworth cop, and Rickey died. Rickey died. Rickey died is my brother, y'all. I talked about him a whole bunch not long ago. Matter of fact, Rickey died is the reason why I'm doing this channel. I don't have a prison story. I don't have an interesting story. I don't have anything. I have me hanging out with 44. I had 41, and then Rickey died got me 3 more. He got me 3 more subscribers because he mentioned me on his channel, so I mentioned him on mine because I love him to death, and I'd do anything in the world for him. And pray for Rickey's mama. She's having trouble with the hospital, and yeah, Rickey's a strong dude. I think he's gonna be all right, but I hate to see him going through a bad time. Uh, yeah, if y'all don't know about who Rickey Dye or never heard me talk about him, I don't know where you been. But his channel is Rickey Dye YouTube at Growing Up Rough. Super good dude. Super good dude. Humble, really good dude. But I was lucky enough to meet him early on, and we became real good friends. We've hung out in real life a few times, talk all the time. Really good dude. Y'all check him out. But everything I'm doing is because of Rickey Dye, because I would have never had the sense or the direction or the willpower or the motivation to do this if it wasn't for him. So thank you, Rickey. Love you, brother. You need me, call me. You know I'll be there. I think I've told you guys about the Haworth cop. I don't know if I have or not. My buddy Charlie Causey, Charlie Cash. Hey, Miss Bonnie, if you're watching. My buddy Charlie, we was riding around down, I didn't know what we was doing. Maybe look for fishing holes. I'm going to say we was looking for fishing holes. And he just bebopping along. He wasn't speeding. Wasn't nothing going on. We just come down a little road there, and out of nowhere, woo, it's like, what the hell? He said, man, Raj, what'd I do? I said, I don't know. We wasn't drinking, wasn't speeding, wasn't doing nothing. When he pulls over, he's like, I said, man, you ain't got your seatbelt on. He said, shit, I forgot. I said, what are you going to do? He said, be real still. Okay. I kind of, he ain't looking at me. I sneak my seatbelt on and click. He ain't going to get me. I don't know what Charlie's going to do. And Charlie Boy's sitting there. He's looking at that rear view or that side view. Side view. And I'm kind of looking back. And I'm telling you, the split second that cop got out, he looked straight at us. He stepped out and looked straight at us. He looked over his shoulder to see if traffic was coming. He looked back. As soon as he looked back, Charlie went, boom! Locked that seatbelt in. I almost didn't see him do it. I was like a ninja. Charlie's just sitting there, buckled up. Cop comes walking up. He said, evening, gentlemen. We're like, hey, how are you? License registration. Well, Charlie, he's got it ready. He's sitting there. And this cop says, Mr. Causey? He said, yes, sir. He said, you have any idea why I pulled you over? Charlie said, I don't have any idea. I wasn't speed. My tags aren't out. My headlights work. My brake. I have no idea why you pulled me over. I'm a law-abiding citizen. This cop looked at him and he said, Well, I thought maybe you didn't have your seatbelt on. When you come past me, I swore you didn't have your seatbelt on. And Charlie, he's obviously I've got my seatbelt on. I'm a law-abiding citizen, you know. I everywhere I go. He said, "Man, you ain't gonna believe this. I've got a seatbelt in my bed in case I fall out of bed. I'm that safe." And this cop kind of looks around. He said, "Well, I can see that." He says, "You know what? I apologize for bothering you, Mr. Causey." He said, "But I tell you what." He said, "I'm gonna ask you one question. If you're completely honest with me, I'll let you go." Charlie said, "Okay, you know what? Hell, I don't know what could possibly want to ask me." I'm like, he looked at me and I don't know. I don't know what this cop's up to. He said, "I assume you come from you live in, over there. I assume you come through Idabel." "Oh yeah, yeah, yeah." He said, "And I assume you made that big old curve, that comes through Redland." He said, "Well, yeah, yeah, yeah." He said, "Well, Mr. Causey, be honest. When you come around that big old curve and you turn the wheel as hard as you did, was it difficult to make that turn with your seatbelt stuck to your steering wheel that way?" Charlie was caught. He knew he was caught. he, he said, "Officer, you got me. You got me dead right." He said, "You know well as I do. I did not have my seatbelt on when I come through, and I thought I could slick you." He said, "I'm being honest." He said, "I thought I could slick you." And the cop said, "Yeah." He said, "But I tell you what, officer." He said, "You look like a fine, outstanding young man. You're completely respectful. So what I'm willing to do today is I'm willing to have you sell me 2 tickets to the Haworth Policeman's Ball." And the cop said, "To what?" He said, "The Haworth Policeman's Ball." And the cop looked at him. He said, "Mr. Causey, Haworth policemen don't have balls." Charlie laughed. He said, "You go ahead and give me that ticket for the seatbelt because I'm going to tell everybody you said that." Now, Charlie, why'd you say that? So now we're laid on the side of the road, hand behind our head, tearing the truck up just to show us that Haworth policemen do indeed have balls. The Haworth cop. Oh, Charlie. He's always into something. I told you about Charlie and the Pig, didn't I? If I didn't, go watch it, Charlie and the Pig. The Rev. You guys know that I'm a reverend, ordained minister. Go by Rev. The Reverend Roger Williams. Yeah. Yep, 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 yep. I'll tell you why. I think I might have touched on it, but it's just one more story. A buddy of mine says, "Man, I'm having a hard time getting married." I said, "You are?" He said, "Yeah, that's why you can't find somebody to marry you." He said, "You know I got a girlfriend. She wants to get married, I'm going to get married, but I'm going to be real redneck about it." This was 2010, 2011. I said, "What the hell's the problem?" He said, "We want to get married on the banks of the Red River." That's not a good time, man. Invite me, He said, "We want to drink beer and say I do and then smash our beer cans together and jump in the river." I said, "Well, what's the problem?" He said, "We can't find no preacher that's going to let us drink." He said, "You can drink before, you can drink after. You can't drink during ceremony." I said, "Man, that's messed up." He said, "If I was a preacher, I'd do it." He said, "That's why I'm bringing it to your attention." I said, "Why?" He said, "You got to go do it. You got to go be a preacher." I said, "I can't be no preacher." He said, "Yeah, yeah, yeah. I heard about you. My brother's going to do it, and he just whatever. Done a lot of crazy things. Ain't never got ordained." So I went and signed up. Well, I got all my stuff. I did a bunch of, hear ye, and all the stuff you're supposed to do, and I did it, and I got them hitched, and hitched a whole bunch of people since then, legally, like they're hitched. Like it's gonna cost you a whole bunch of money to undo what I put together. Honest to God, had little cards. Roger Rev Williams, yeah, honest to this day, ordained minister, not a preacher. I've said it before, I say it again. I'm not going to tell you that you're going to hell for living your life almost as bad as I live mine. That's the Rev. I say this on the last CDL school because it's a little bit of a long story. It ain't going to be 10 minutes. So I went to truck driving school, ATDS, Ardmore Truck Driving School. Went to Ardmore, and the school was at the old airport in Gene Autry, Oklahoma. And we would learn to drive on the old tarmac, back and forth for about the second week. Well, the second week, they took us out on the road. And there was this one particular, you had to call off the high. We had We take this same route 10 times a day. Same route. 10 people driving. Oh my God. So Tom, he looked like a Super Mario. The mustache. He used to eat Tums all day long. He's a retired DOT. He was a retired scale house operator, 23 years, and became a truck driver, teacher for ATDS. But he had real bad ulcers. So it didn't take much for Tom to scream at you. Or if you left your hand on the gear shift, he'd smack your hand with a ruler. I got smacked a lot of times. But we had to call off the 14.2, 14.8, whatever it was. And we was hauling a flatbed. It wasn't, we might have been 13'1" or 12'8". Wasn't nowhere close. We all knew we was going to make it through, but we had to call off the 14 whatever. So I got to be a smart ass. I was in the back doing the math. My turn to drive, I called it off in inches. He said, "What?" I said, convert it. "Don't convert it to shit. Just tell me what it is." All right. So we go down and we go around the curve. We go big old hill and we come down a big hill. And we come down a big hill. It's a long straightaway. And at the bottom, it was basically a sharp turn with the corners rounded off. Well, off this curve, like straight off, was a driveway, and there's a house down there. Again, we've seen it 100,000 times. So I'm coming over. Well, what I didn't know, we're jumping up this hill, barely crest the hill, and there's a house in the road. And I mean a house in the road. Not like they're moving to play dollhouse. There was a whole freaking house in the road with a lead truck. This house hung off both sides of the road. A little pilot truck and a little, trailer truck. And this dude was trying everything he could to get up this hill. And we're coming down the hill. And I just had me driving. I said, "Tom, there's a house in the road." "Down the hill, take the curve." "Tom, there's a house in the road." "Down the hill, take the curve." "Tom, there's a house in the road." And we're still going. Down the hill. Holy! And he throws his clipboard. And he's got this brake on his side, a driver brake or passenger brake. He hits that summation, the whole truck just boom, boom. And he grabs the steering wheel. He starts pulling. Now we're down this hill like this, pretty steep hill. And he's trying to pull me off the road. It ain't like, it's just flat. It's like, I don't know what. It's like they built this road off the side of a mountain. So now, instead of being on a road like this, now we're on the side in an 18-wheeler like this off the blacktop trying to get out of this house's way. This house is taking up every bit of the road and then some. And I'm holding and everybody in the back is just all like, they're trying to hold on. This dude's got a hold to the steering wheel. He's got his foot on that brake. And he's just holding it. He's just looking and praying and praying and looking and praying. Finally, after what seemed like an hour, this truck goes by us. I swear I could have stuck my arm out and touched this house. It was that close. And Tom goes, "I'm going to hold this brake." He said, "Don't you dare turn this wheel." He said, "Ease it into first, ease out on the clutch, and gas the hell out of it." We're like this. Sharp, sharp. I don't know why we didn't just go on over. It was sharp, sharp. Put it in, and I'm all, whee! And I let off the clutch just enough that it went, chunk, chunk, because he was still on the brake. He let off the brake. He held the wheel. I've never seen an 18-wheeler spin out, but I'm telling you, I had it so gassed up, and when I popped the clutch, that 18-wheeler, the whole front end, if you can imagine the whole front end of the truck, went this way. And we leveled out, and the trailer was still like way back here. Like we drug. Like however he had me do it, it got us back up on the road quick. And the trailer, the wheels are still way over here. Like I think the trailer tried to go down and we pulled it back up. We got down, made the curve, pulled over on the side of the road. Everybody got out, checked themselves. I didn't have to drive no more. I was shook up. I didn't have to drive no more that day. Like I would just, how the hell we made it out of it? Sheer luck and the good Lord and Tom's directions. Oh my God, terrified us. Made it through okay. So, 2 weeks later, the ones that of us, I think it was 7 of us that finally made it through. 3 of us actually passed our CDL class or our CDL license on Thursday, and then we graduated the class on Friday. And we had our final driver's test to graduate to school. Although I had my CDLs in my pocket Thursday, I wouldn't graduate until Friday. Final driving. We got so drunk that night. Was it K-John? Some dude, his name was John something, but he was Cajun, so we called him K-John. I think he failed his driver's test for the CDLs because, I don't know, he took off without a seatbelt. It was something stupid. He didn't check his mirrors. I don't know what he did. It was something stupid, instant fail. But he got to come back Friday. But he was depressed that he didn't get him the first time, and 3 of us did whatever. So he bought a big old thing of vodka and a big old thing of orange juice. The problem is, when you start drinking vodka and orange juice, you do orange juice and vodka. Well, when I got down to here and I had orange juice and vodka, he put it back up to vodka. To vodka. Oh, my Lord. So I was done with him. I went to bed at 9:30, 10 o'clock. And I remember being in the shower, and I remember laying down. I don't remember coming back at 10:15 in my underwear, my cowboy, or my black boots and my underwear, and my guitar strapped around me. But they let me back in. And I don't remember them saying, play some Skinner, man. And I, and they swept me down. I did it, and they swept me down. I played 3 other songs. I had everybody laughing. And I know that didn't happen. I know none of that happened. First of all, nobody had pictures. This is way before cell phones. And second of all, I can't play none of the songs they mentioned that I played then. I can't play them to this day. Still can't play them. Sure as hell couldn't play them then. Sure as hell couldn't play them when I was drunk. I must have tried. And I definitely showed up in my underwear, and I definitely told them what color my underwear was. And definitely showed up my combat boot. I think I had Doc Martens. So I showed up Doc Martens, underwear, and a guitar strapped to me. And put on a hell of a show, apparently, because they were drunk as I was. And then the next morning, we had to do our driver's test, and I was still drunk. I was so drunk I couldn't drive to school. I had to ride with somebody. And I puked twice before I got in to take my turn. And Tom, bless his heart, he knew what had happened. He'd seen it so many times before. He put me to driving dead last, and I had to stop at least once and puke out the side. He had to roll his window down because I just smelled like vodka drunk. He gave me a 72 for the class, which was just enough to pass that day. I wasn't real good at book work, but a 72. So I passed at least the bottom of my class with my CDLs, graduated truck driving school, thanks to Tom, and ATDS, who apparently passes anybody. And I still got my CDLs to this day. And I mean, I don't have my medical and all that shit. I can't go driving today. I want to go driving today. I just don't want to give up my CDLs. So, yeah, that's the story of CDL school at ATDS in Gene Autry, Ardmore, Oklahoma. 18 and a half minutes. Oh, there's your Northern there, Blake Bell and Bullard and whoever else you tell to watch this. And if you guys, I keep forgetting to say this, if you would subscribe, turn your notification, go to notifications, hit silent, so I'm not ding, ding, ding every time I post something, because I post stuff sometimes 4 times a day. Sometimes I don't post nothing for 4 days. So turn your notifications off so I'm not bothering you. Subscribe, tell your friend to subscribe, because the numbers help me. Hit like, and go see Ricky Die at Ricky Die Growing Up Rough, because that's a real good dude. And he's got a lot of videos. He's got probably 100 and something videos. And he's got way more followers than I do. Love him to death. Thank you guys. See you guys. Bye.